YouTube. Oh, that was a sloppy opening. I apologize. I was looking from my notebook, my notes, all of my notes that I just wrote down for the show. I am the worst. But the good news is I actually do think about all of this stuff. So I have it all up here and next to me. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. If my wife finds it, maybe she's my social media manager slash life manager. So if she finds it, she'll be able to help me out. But anyway, welcome everyone. It's your boy Yimbo. This is Yimbo Reviews Everything. This is my show, Yimbo Buys Everything. This is episode 23. So how is everybody? Let's get things some set up. So number one, if you guys can smash that like button when you're here, that is greatly appreciated. Helps with the algorithm. Please comment along. And if you are watching post live, then welcome and thank you for spending your time listening to me talk about toys. So it's very appreciated. I already have some friends up in the chat. Hello. So Cox Create, that's my boy. So again, Cox Create is fantastic. Sub him on YouTube and also go follow him on Instagram. He's part of Toy Talk on YouTube. So it's one of our sister shows, if you want to call it that, or brother shows from the Hasbro's network. So again, if you haven't done so already, sub all of that stuff because a lot of great content is being made. Who else do we have here? Op975, what's going on, Rob? Thank you very much for being here. And Action Figure Dreamer, my friend Marco, what's going on, dude? So thank you guys. And again, if you're popping in, I will throw you guys up on the chat. I'll promote whatever you want because, you know, this is all for fun. Did you find it? Ah, okay. It's down here somewhere. But anyway, I'm waiting for a special guest tonight. So again, when I talk about handles and things, it's usually through Instagram. So Instagram, it's Toy Stories 3. It's my friend Chris, and my wife just handed me my notebook, which was very obvious on the printer to the side of me. So that stuff happens. But anyway, what else can I say here? All right, so yeah, so we have a big show tonight. I just got done with my Instagram live preview. I always do one of that over there. So as always, like I do recommend giving me a follow on some of the other socials. So you know, Instagram, Yimbo Reviews Everything. TikTok, Yimbo5, Twitter, Yimbo Reviews, Facebook, and Twitch, all of the things. But right now, YouTube is the primary video focus, streaming focus. But yeah, so let's go. So yeah, you know me. I like to get right to the toys. Again, sorry I got a little like fluster there. I had like a half hour. My kids went down early tonight at 7. I don't know. This is just my own fault. It's my own problem. All right, so I want to get right to the toys. It's a big Mezco day. I'm keeping an eye in StreamYard at the bottom for when my guest arrives, Toy Stories 3. So I wanted to talk about a couple new guys that I've shot, and I haven't really talked about yet. So number one, I mean, I've been loving all of the G.I. Joe classified figures. I haven't bought every single one because that would be crazy. I mean, actually, that's not crazy at all. Let's be honest. It's amazing. I just can't. It's crazy for myself because I'm running out of basement space. So I love Barbecue. He's really cool. He has this really wicked, awesome axe. I did a little production thing, so hopefully everything's looking a little clearer now. Fix some stuff up. So he's got that big axe, which I love. Comes with the little side axe. And just like, and this is a cool one too, because it actually, see, it clips in there. So it's got a little like holster clip, which is cool for the little axe. And then I am so silly. So I do this G.I. Joe collaboration with this great organizer. He's a great toy photographer, great organizer, great dude. This guy, Neptune Bastard, he's been on the YTJ Pick Bar shows. We've had him on as a guest. Super great guy. And he makes killer collages for our collaborations. And we did a barbecue one 2 weeks ago, maybe, or last week. I can't even remember anymore. Time still has no meaning. So yeah, this is great. And my first shot, I just assumed, and this is because of my G.I. Joe knowledge or lack thereof, like I was so pumped. I'm like, look at this, a flamethrower. Like I know he's the firefighter, but like flamethrower, right? Well, I did this picture and I thought it was really awesome. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. And I had it shooting flames. And he corrected me that, no, that's Barbecue's like flame retardant. It's a special blah, 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 fire extinguisher flamethrower. So I had to go back and make the adjustments. But it's a great figure. It's cool that this, this is always connected on the side here, but this whole thing can come off. But I like that it has the little holster for the flame retardant. But yeah, it's a great figure. You don't get the good ab crunch that you can normally get from classified figures because of the big vest. But if you've owned these before, if you've had any of the, who else? Flint has a big bulletproof vest on. A few of them do. Then yeah, it's just, so that's going to limit some of the posing, but that's not that type. He's definitely more of like the just coming at you type of figure. So I like him. I like him. Great accessories. I honestly have been buying Joe's based exclusively on their accessories. Like for instance, when I crossed paths with the original Scarlet release, I picked her up because at the time I had skipped her, blah, blah, blah. And I saw the Origins one, and the Origins one had like nothing to it. So when I finally did have the chance to get that, the original Scarlet, I jumped all over because, again, the accessories are awesome. I don't know why the Origins line skimped. Maybe because it's technically a movie license, but it didn't. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. All right, and giving a shout out to fellow YTG Pick Bar member, YTG and B Pick Bar member, Lazy Boy. Those guys are still coming on tonight, so that's Green Geek 88. And if you remember, does the Lazy Boys show at 8:30, so right after me, with Thor 2012 and Blitz Figs, who are my fellow YTG and B Pick Bar members. So yeah, barbecue, guys. If you could, the nice thing lately has been just the fact that we can have access to toys. It feels like the toy aisles have been full. I mean, I hope that's still the case. I know we've been warned about delays and shipping issues and things like that. At least that's kind of in the rumor mill of the toy news circle. But right now, I'm enjoying the fact that you can basically, let's say you can find everyone, but just that when you go to the toy aisle, there's toys that you can actually look at. So it's very cool, and that makes me happy. All right, so I had barbecue I wanted to talk about. And where did I just put? I am like losing it today. I had Roadblock, and I put him down. All right, I'm going to oh, here he is. Roadblock. So I just cracked this guy open last night or 2 nights ago. I think last night. This was not a good shooting weekend for me. I was tired this weekend, so I did get some stuff taken, but no real like big elaborate setups. I specifically opened him and shot him this afternoon when my kids were sleeping for this collaboration we're doing tonight. So this Roadblock, this is the Amazon exclusive. So not that it matters, because I don't know, maybe somebody can in the chat can tell me how many Roadblock variants that we've had. I know that was like a big running joke for a long time with G.I. Joes, that like you can get a Roadblock. Hey, Benny's here. Blitz Figs, what's going on, my man? This is another guy that also caught the G.I. Joe bug, and maybe he could tell us too, like what sucked him in about him, because like I said, I don't know a ton of the character. I mean, like I know the movies, which were not great, but I know the character, and like I've played with them when I was little, but I only had a few. So like outside of watching the, like I didn't religiously watch the cartoon, so I just don't have that level of fandom, but I do have an appreciation for these figures. So this is the Roadblock from Amazon Prime, that variant, and like I said, I'm trying to get a little bit better. I zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully this now can focus for me, maybe? Kind of, sort of? No, still not. Anyway, I like the camo. I know there was the other variant with the sunglasses. It was like the black and white camo or black and silver. I like this one. When I had the opportunity to pick them up, I think somebody in a group chat was like, oh, the Amazon has their exclusive up. I was like, all right. I hadn't bought one yet. Like I said, skip that on all the other original versions. And so, yeah, he's neat. He doesn't come with a lot, but I like the design. I also like the fact that he's not wearing his big vest, so I can get the awesome, crunch and posing with him. So that was another thing. I like that it comes with this helmet. It just has a nice, like, fit and feel to it. I like that the straps are down. There it is, coming in focus a little bit if I hide behind him. And just one solitary handgun, because the big draw is this awesome like Gatling gun. And I forgot, that was the one thing I was going to show off. if you guys are probably aware of Super Action stuff. It's like the accessories, food. The guy sells like 112, scale stuff. It's really great. And I bought the Firepower set. My wife had originally for Christmas, I think last year. Whew, it's been a journey. So last year she got me the superhero action stuff, the food, and that was great. And then I discovered that he had the bag of violence, or the violence pack, and the firepower pack. So I'm super into this because you can plug those in, even the Mezco ones, like with the bullet, like, because it has the holes in there. And I've already seen people take really cool pictures with that jumping out. So I am really hyped. I didn't get to do it for my picture that I'm going to post at 10 tonight, but I will, because it wasn't calling for it. But yeah, this can come off. That was separate. That just snaps on there. And it's really cool. I love this because these are children's toys. And I just think, again, if I was a kid, like this, I would be doing the, of course. So it's awesome. Here we go. Blitz. I don't know much besides a few characters, but they looked amazing. And Thor's an enabler. Dude, I know. He got me into him too, man. Like he was definitely somebody early on, Thor, just being like, yo, check out these Joes. And hey, we have Championship Collector in the house. What's going on, my man? How are you? So I recommend, if you can, I like this roadblock, again, specifically because of the ab crunch. I think every version came with the Gatling gun. But yeah, so you, like I said, handgun, helmet, and Gatling gun. So it's neat. I'm excited. And then we'll move on. This is the last one I was going to show you. You can't see them because it cuts off here. All right. So I'm going to show two. And again, sticking with Joe's. Snake Eyes. Now, I showed off, and I actually, on my first ever live internet toy appearance, which was on Toy Talk, God, when was that? Back maybe in March or April. That's kind of what gave me the confidence to do all of this stuff. So on that show, they had asked me, like, what was one of my favorite figures of the year? And Peter B. Parker, my Mafex, that was the top spot, but Snake Eyes was a close second. So I just wanted to show you what I did here, because I'm a knucklehead, of course. I told myself I wasn't going to do it. I even stopped myself from buying the Snake Eyes Timber 2-pack, even though I want the Timber. I love that the alternate heads. I do want Timber. But now I have two Snake Eyes, and I don't know if I can justify a third. I got this one. So this is the first one. And if you are familiar with the figure, that's not the chest strap, and that's not the knife. So I bought the Origins because I had a $5 rewards coupon to GameStop. I have a membership with the Captain 1134 with Dan. So it was a $5 off, and I went, why not? I really like, this is the Origins body mold. Here's the Origins body mold, this is the Origins one. So the heads can swap, but I actually really like the Origins suit. So all I did here was I threw on the Snake Eyes backpack. I love this sword that came with the Origins, and I love the detail on, here, I'll show you this if I can, if that shows up, hang on. On the knife looks really awesome. There we go. It has some really cool paint work on it. Same thing with the sword, and it came with two of the swords. So yeah, so even though that didn't come with a ton of accessories, the fact that, again, the sword is really great, the knife is great, and and then I put the little chest strap bandolier, with the grenades. So I think this looks awesome now. But they're both great. And I have two black Snake Eyes. But I'll, mix and match. Oh, here we go. My boy Gaming with Fox is here. So again, if you like, watching video game streams, please go sub and check out Gaming with Fox. Here we go. We have green. So Thor and Bliss are definitely enablers. Bought the Origin Snake Eyes because of them. Yeah. So all right. So then I'll blame them too. I really like the body. I really like the designs on the Origin suit. It's subtle, and I know it's going to be hard to tell because they kind of look like the same thing. But the details are nice. The details are definitely nice and different. Alvaro's here, Canadian Slapshot. What's going on, man? I'm excited to see you. Like, this is great. Oh, this is so exciting. This is my toy time with my buddies. Hey, there you go. All right. So here we go. I see my guest. My guest is here. So Chris, Toy Story 3 is on. I was gonna. Oh, I do have one more thing, but I'm gonna show him because I think he'd like it. So let me get him queued up. I'm gonna add you to the stream here, buddy. You are now. Hey, here we go. Hold on. I need my headset. I need my headset. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to finally actually connect.
Right? Real. Yes. So you guys might not know this. I'm a Jersey boy, and Chris, Toy Story 3, is also a Jersey boy, but now he's in Cali. And it was like this whole thing where, like we were, I guess, in the Hasbro's group chat for a while, and it just never, never clicked and never just like realized that we had that connection. Yeah. And of course, when he's driving halfway across the country is when he realized and was like, oh man. So I told him, next time you're around, we'll go toy hunting. When you come visit,
That's right. All my family's still there, so I will be on the East Coast from time to time, and we will definitely be in person.
Awesome, very cool. So I'm going to show you one last little buy, if you don't mind. It's a fresh hunt. I did post them in my story, and I'm very excited about them. So yesterday I went to. Are you familiar with Comic Fortress or anywhere in like Somerville?
No,
remember that area?
I've never been there. I know.
Okay.
I've never been to that store.
Yeah, I didn't either. One of my best friends lives in Somerville. He loves the town because it's like one of those you can just walk right into the main street, and it's just all the shops are there. It's really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like I knew about. He's always telling not about the store. I just knew that the town is great. So a buddy of mine, a collector. So we're the toy photographers. So we have the collector community. So Lago Figs is awesome, and he does Chatmigos and stuff. So he's fantastic. And he told me about this sale. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go. I talked to my wife. I'm like it's 25 to 50% off and they have Mezco. Like, can I go check it out? So I have twins. I've talked about 2-year-olds, but she was like, it's fine. It's cool. Like, so they were fine. They were all great. They're older now, like once they hit 2, cause you're dead too, right?
I have 4. 7-year-old to 8 months, so it's like
you got the
3-year-old. It's pandemonium over here. One of them might come in while we're talking.
That's awesome. No, I love it. That's great. I'm angling my computer a little bit more, so I'm looking at you now, but that's the camera. So this way, at least it's not super weird.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. So I went to the shop, and oh man, it was cool. It was loaded. Like they had Black Series just across the whole wall. Wow. And that if I wasn't Mezco hunting, I could have done some damage like on those other figures. Marvel Legends, I was a little bummed because they did jack up prices a little bit, but I get it. I mean, they're having the big stay, so they suckered me in. They did it. So I think Legends, like the cheapest one was $40. Oh. And like that's what I'm saying. Like for anybody, like that's Steven too. For me, 30. 30 is my cap. Like for like a comic book store, like and I know that they can ask for 70 for a Doctor Strange, but like I'm not gonna buy it. Right. So 30 is my cap. I feel good in that. But anyway, so for $25, and then I got him for 16. I got a Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, that's awesome.
From the Arkham series.
Oh, that's
from the
great.
Arkham games. So I never bought any of those. Here, I'll try to zoom in. There we go.
That's a great looking figure.
Right? And now this jacket is Hellboy Mezco. It's the Hellboy Mezco jacket. You can see on the side, he's got the patch there. Yeah. A little insignia. But it fits, I thought, fit really well. And I just haven't had a Commissioner Gordon.
It's a good one. And you could totally do a Hellboy shot with him, like, where'd you get the jacket kind of stuff.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Well, that's what I was gonna say. This is why I was freaking out before that I didn't have my notebook, because I wrote down, here you go. I said some of the words that I've used to describe your work are whimsical, fun, and lighthearted. I feel like this is like one of the things we connect a lot on our subject matter. Yes. Like it's just like these are toys. They're fun, and like all of our jokes are usually in that kind-hearted, fun spirit. So I love it.
Yeah, and I'm particularly obsessed with taking characters that you don't expect to be doing certain things and having them do that. I think that's just really fun.
Yeah.
Come on. The Surtur Thor shot with the beers. I was just like, it would be so fun to have these two people like doing something fun together instead of fighting, which is fighting's fun too. But
no, of course. I mean, like I literally do my whole thing is like when I'm shooting, I'm like. It's just based on my mood. Do I feel like having guys punch each other in the face, or like does a joke come? Like, oh my god, I'm so excited for a joke. I'm gonna tell you my shot. I haven't taken it yet, but I'm gonna tell you this idea when I get to the Mezco figure to show you, because it's gonna crack me up.
You probably didn't see it because you're probably already doing the show, but your Spider-Man Sandman shot, I was literally working on the same idea with the web going through his eye, and I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. When
do it, man.
Yeah, like, we get comparisons and stuff. But
yeah,
so great. It's a great shot you did.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I feel like I switched to shooting not all portraits, but shooting way more portraits now. And I do think it's helped with like me like pushing myself like to come up with creative posing or just different angles and lighting and just stuff like that, because I love talking photography as much as I love talking toys, like it's a fun skill, like I like getting better at it. Or absolutely. Trying to,
Yeah.
But so I got to tell you, I almost bought a Nightwing too. Okay. I was really hyped because he has the like a joint, a chest joint or whatever in there.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going to get some, like there's no crunch. I thought you'd get crunch. So now that makes me,
so you could just
it's just a swivel, like a little, and not even like crazy,
Yeah.
But maybe I have to play with him a little bit more. Again, I bought him just as more of like either a background, or now I can do like Batman talking to Gordon shots. I couldn't do that before. I couldn't do just like the station,
Yeah. You'll work a lot of cool shots with that.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. So I do actually think, because I haven't been crazy about. I'm trying to think if I have another one. Here we go. Because this is the DC collectibles, right? Isn't that the line?
Yeah.
So like I cracked open. This was a set I bought when Arrow was out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited, like it had some stuff, but I didn't realize that like these DC Direct or DC collectibles, like they just have weird floppy legs kind of. So I was a little worried when I got him, but it's more of like he actually has like joint, it's like an actual joint as opposed to how this, like you can, like look at that chunk of plastic just taken out of him. You can see my eye, right? It's crazy. So I don't know what DC was thinking with this line, like when that was like such a thing, like the Icons line, like I don't know, basically anything from like that 2005, 2010. It was like all of this stuff was just, I don't know. DC's been slacking, man. They hurt my heart because I want to buy all Batman and Superman and I want all the guys but now I'm doing Mezco, so it's fine.
Yeah, I limit my DC stuff to Mezco right now just because you want to know that you can do a lot of stuff with the figure and that it'll last. I haven't gotten to Mafex, but the Mafex Hush looks like it's a great figure too.
It's the same idea where, like those are anything premium wise. So Mafex, Mezco, that figure, it's like, like it's like three legends, like, so you have to like balance it out. And it's crazy. I wish I could just buy them all, but yeah, I have to pick and choose. So speaking of, do you have your Thor? That was the first one that we were going to talk about.
He's still serving beer. From that shot.
Man, I love that. I love that so much. I wish. I just did a display like cleanup last weekend, so nothing is. But what I usually do is after I'm done posing, I just throw them back up, so they're in whatever the same shot was.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so I have mine too. Yeah, what were we gonna say, Chris?
Oh, I was just gonna say that this shot evolved. I had originally wanted him like flying up to like give the drink to Surtur, but that figure's so huge and nothing I could do. I don't have my dioramas are all like handmade. They're really crappy. I mean, and so I could not get a shot that even worked remotely. So I was like, I know what I want to do, but I'm limited in how I can do it. So I ended up just having them like on a bench, like seated next to each other, and then offering the drink up to Surtur. But
well, all right. So this is a like an idea too, then, for like, because there are times, and I'm sure, I guess you feel the crunch too sometimes. Again, when you have 4 kids, so I feel the crunch with 2, where you might have like, does this happen to you where you have a big idea and you're just like that was it, right? And you're just like, if I shoot this, it's going to take another half hour of editing. It's going to take another, like, It's just like you add up the minutes in your head.
Oh yeah.
Totally. Well, dude, the shot I'm gonna post tonight, I did of Roadblock. I had to use stands, and I got creative with the Gatling gun to cover up like the stand that he needed to, be stood up, because I'm like, I don't have time to like get in there with my Apple Pencil and do all the little rigmarole. I'm like, I can't.
Sure. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I call it like guerrilla photography. Like sometimes I have like 15 minutes, and I'm like, that's why I do a lot of outdoor photography, because the lighting is done, and if you can get it at the right time of the day, you don't have to worry about shadows too much, or if it's cloudy. Right. Cloudy days are the best. You could just sit outside and it looks great. But it's like, with kids, it's like you have an idea, and then sometimes you realize the execution is going to take way too long, and you just have to kind of got to create something.
Oh yeah. It's so true. Oh my God. Like I wish I did like really truly discover this hobby, because I took a shot back in I posted about 2016 or I think it was two little 3.75 Superman Batman. I was gonna go see the movie, and I wish I realized at that moment oh, this is a thing. I can make an account. I can do this. It was just something I threw on my personal Instagram, just
sure.
No one can, the regular person you probably Facebook friends with or Instagram, they don't care. They're like, all right, this guy, cool.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would post a picture of my kid, get 200 likes. Post boy pictures, and it was zero likes.
I basically, I feel terrible, but I don't care about Facebook anymore, and I barely look at my personal Instagram, and it's because this stuff takes a lot of time. It is work to actually build an account and all of that other the social media-ness of what we do.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I do feel bad about it, but at the other hand, I'm like, you can like my toy pictures, and then I'll show you my kids.
That's right.
That's terrible, but that's. All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let's see, because these are all our boys in here. Hey, there we go. So there's Blitz saying hi.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh yeah, there's Green Geek. Oh yeah, so these are our guys, and then there's Green. Let's see, dude, the Arrow Deathstroke. It was a great design. I loved the show. I did, and I have the Arrow some areas. I took one picture with Arrow, and because it's just like a McFarlane, where it's a beautiful. Well, this one's okay. The head sculpt is not exactly Stephen Amell, but it's okay. I mean, it's. I wish it's coming a little better, but the outfit's great. But again, goofy legs. I can't do anything with them. When I try to pull the bow back, it just his arm doesn't even come across. Come on.
If you can't put him in the quintessential pose, then
what are we doing, right? But yeah, I do. That was a great show. That was a lot of fun. All right, so when did you get into Mezco? So how do you like the Thor? Obviously, you've been shooting a lot with them.
Yeah, so I mean, the big critique of this figure is that it's limited in terms of its articulation, which it is, but it's a really nice sculpt. I mean, it just, to me, out of all the Thors, this is my only Thor figure. So I don't have any.
Okay.
I don't have a Marvel Legend. I don't have anything. I don't have a comic book Thor, but I wanted a nice, Hemsworth Thor, and I just liked the way photographed.
Yeah.
And I figured, what, sometimes the fun of what we do is trying to figure out how to utilize a figure that's not very posable. How can you make it work?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this guy, I just feel like he looks great on camera, and so I'm enjoying him. I think that, like I said, there's going to be things I would wish I could do with him that I won't be able to, but it's a good figure. It's
yeah.
I had wanted a nice Hemsworth. So my mom is obsessed with Chris Hemsworth, and so every time I post a picture of this guy, she's like, I love that photo. I'm like, all right, chill out.
Well, I'm gonna make you guys laugh, because it might have been the first date with now my wife, and I jokingly said how I was I was talking about how hot he was. I'm like, Chris Hemsworth is a smoke show. I'm like, I love Thor. and she told me, she was like, all right, this guy's nice. Really likes this Hemsworth. I'm like, but I love him. I love Chris Hemsworth. I love the first Thor movie. So I have this here. I'll pull some guys. This is what I do, and then my display is destroyed halfway through my show. But
yeah.
So this was the 10-year anniversary one. It came with Lady Sif. This was actually one of my like early like toy buying. Just like everybody, like when we got locked down, it was like, oh, all right, well, what can we do to have fun and things like that. Mm-hmm. I actually no, I think I bought them even earlier. But anyway, it was like an eBay purchase, like $20 for the 2 figures. Nice. So I love that Thor, and like it does the job. I have like my first first movie Thor. And then this is what's funny. So I bought this guy at New York Comic Con. I went this year with my brother-in-law.
Nice.
And I already had this Thor. I bought the summer, the figure arts. And again, just like this is Dad Bod Central. Like I rep the dads. So I love that for. So we're at Comic Con, and I had already bought one of the figures, which I'm going to show you next, which is the comic Aquaman. And we walked around, and then there was a place that had it for $70, and I go to my brother-in-law. I was like, all right, I have one Mezco in my backpack. I'm like, am I gonna do it? He goes, well, what are the pros and cons? I'm like, well, the pros are I think Chris Hemsworth amazing. I have a version from the first and the last version. I don't have the middle one. So
it's
and
one
I'm
of
like
your favorite movies,
and it's like my top like solo Marvel movie. He goes, those are all pros. Like those are all pluses. I'm only hearing you should go buy it. So he convinced me. So there's for my wife. It was our brother-in-law.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Green Geek. Which one were you talking about? The same one. I'm sorry, I lost that. I'm not sure where that came up, Zach. So if you can let me know. Who's listening? Is it my wife? My wife is definitely listening, or not. She's watching. She could be watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. I don't know. But yeah, I'm super. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was the first. That was the only like when I took him out of the box. But oh man, isn't Mezco opening? It's like another experience, right?
It is. So my first one was the Logan, with the patch head.
Okay.
And the biker jacket. And that was just like, those were the years where that was like the comic that, sucked me into comics when I was younger. And it was such a great sculpt. It looked right out of the original Miller illustration.
Right.
And when I opened it, I was like, toys have come a long way. Like the soft goods, the posability, all the different hands. I was like, this is amazing. And from that point on, I was like, well, when I can afford it in the budget, like Mezco is worth the investment because they look great, they photograph great, you can do everything. And for some reason, unlike a lot of the other, I rarely, if ever, have an issue with like having to break in a Mezco. It's always like,
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that what people say, or?
Eka figures, like they're stiff. You have to they don't.
Right.
Them if you're trying to move.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But the Mezco, like out of the box, it feels like it's already been broken in. Like you can use it. It holds its pose as well. So it's a really from sculpt to soft goods to like the sturdiness of the figure. I feel like they're really solid figures. Yeah. I don't feel that way about even some of the other high-end figures. You're just like, this is going to break. This feels really delicate.
Yeah. Well, dude, I have a Mafex or Mayfeg again. I've always said Mayfex, and then I've been hearing more. No, it's Mafex. All right, so fine, Mafex. I don't know. But I bought my first one, like I said, was the Peter B, and his arm will continually pop off at the elbow. So like I still haven't opened my big bad replacement figure that they had sent me because I'm just waiting for the day that it eventually disintegrates. Yeah. And then I bought, so after that I was so hyped. I'm like, oh, okay, I get the hype for these figures. So then I looked on eBay and I bought a Wonder Woman from Batman Superman, and then like same thing with I bought the Superman from one of those. It wasn't It wasn't the $80-$90 version. I guess they have like a middle tier, maybe. I don't know. But that Superman, at one point, his left leg I was posing it and it just fell off. It just literally, and then it just happened to me the other night. I was trying to set up a shot for with Marco with Action Figure Dreamer, and I'm bending, and it literally was butter. It just, I'm like, so. That I don't feel that way with Mezco at all. Like this, I described it as like it feels like a Marvel Legend but better. Like you said, that I like that buttery smooth, but I like that broken in. That's actually the perfect way to describe it. It is just, but it holds. And I didn't know this, but talking about Lago Figs, the guy I was just mentioning, he had said that because I was asking, I was like, all right, I'm waitlisted for the Keaton Batman. Like, I want that Keaton Batman so much. And I was like, well, but I'm like, I've been waiting like 6 months just to find out if I can buy it. And I was like, but I think people have been waiting longer. I'm like, so what's the deal? He goes, they're doing this like seamless tech, and it's like this, they're building the skeleton, and they're just having these these issues. Which is a bummer because I really want that figure. Like, right. I can't wait.
But at the same time, they're going to do it right, which is great to know.
Yes, yeah, because I think like I think they get a lot of I don't want to say hate, but like people give them a hard time because like what was it, Gaslight Joker? Like it was announced and they shipped it that night as people were buying them, you know, like it was being shipped out, and it's like, well, why is this jumping the line? Why is this jumping ahead of Mr. Freeze, which I'm also waitlisted for because DC. This is that's the spot for DC figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super into it. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever had an issue? Because the only thing I've worried is that they are toys. And, like, is there a chance that these can get loose? Because, like, I have that Kiki loose joints, but, like, with all the clothing and the pieces, like, is that a thing that people do? Or
yeah, I mean, I'm no expert on that with toys in general. What I have said, you know, about the Mezco ones, like, I've used Logan a lot. I mean, for a lot of photos, and he feels like he did the first time I took him out. So I think, you know, I think the key, what's nice is if you do end up getting the product from Mezco, I've heard they're amazing at giving you replacements. They just don't even so like if anything breaks or, you know, they just send you a new one. So I think in the case of like a figure like this, if something happened to it, like you would be able to just ask them to that. But it's tough because I rarely get on.
Yeah, well, they're shipping.
Get it from Mezco. So
it's speed and it's in shipping costs too. Like the shipping is tough on them. Like, to be honest, I mean, it's like, again, $15. That's a whole nother figure, another toy, another accessory. It's something, you know. Like it hurts me to like factor that into the price because I know what I'm doing.
I know. No, you're right.
But at least Big Bad is good too.
Well, I was gonna say, I assume these do break, but I've been very happy that, you know, the ones I've worked with, and I do a lot with the Mezco ones. I don't feel like I've had any issues thus far, which also makes them feel like they're a good investment, you know. Like
dude, I'm so with you, and I have to show. So this might be my favorite one now. So this is something that, as you know, Darth McSwain is now Mezco McSwain, appropriately so. And I picked this guy up.
Oh, nice.
And
I saw you post that pic of it.
Oh man. He's awesome. He's so great. And the reason I like holding him, each outfit is textured differently. Like the Black Panther is not the same feel as this, and the Daredevil is not the same feel as that. And it's just really cool how they can make each one feel unique and different, like each hero, you know. It really is something else. And he has the two swimmy faces, which are awesome with the hair. Because I feel like that adds so much potential to shots. And you see Mezco McSwain, like he's all over those like water shots and things.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, it's so great because the accessories, Mezco's accessories, are just like, it does make it like I had to stop myself from going for that the advent calendar. Did you see that what they just announced?
I did.
Because I was like $150 it was too much, but they did give you a lot, and again, all of those accessories are just like so cool.
yeah.
But man, look at this, and they got so creative. Like that's the crown, and it's the magnet. I love that. You know, like the little touches that they give you, and then there's another like swimmy hair. You know, like the swimmy hair.
Great, that's great.
But that was it. Like he didn't act that. Like in all honesty, so he came with the crown, and this will come off too. The horn, the shoulder strap. I just discovered that it will hold the trident, which is so sick.
That's cool.
And like with the Thor, I love that the Thor has the back, but then that just comes off.
Yeah,
so you really can't risk. You know, like I love that.
Great. That's nice.
It's such a nice touch that, like, again, for us. We're not playing with them as toys, and that's why these are adult collectors, because they know what we're doing with them. They're like, we need situational awareness. We need to know what to do when we have them. But
how do you? Well, I guess your kids are young, but I'm wondering how you're going to keep your stuff safe once they're you know. able to find the secret stash.
I know, Chris. Like I'm like this whole thing. Like this is in the basement that we bought the house because we wanted this to be a playroom. So over the last 2 years, yeah, technically it is. Well, I've had my mom come down here and she's like, this is a lot of toys. I'm like, I know, but then she, like my grandfather was a painter. So she's like, to be honest, she's like, it looks like a painter, like a painter studio. I was like, well, that's great. Because that's what I feel like we do. We're creating art. And instead of with paints, and we would, I'm not, like, I remember like he would walk me through all his different desks and all the different brushes and supplies and all. That's what we do. It's just, this is our paint.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I asked you because I had one grail, like, because Hulk is my, that Hulk is like my guy.
Yeah.
So I found somebody in one of the accounts we follow. Mm-hmm. He was unloading his Ragnarok Hulk, and I was like, man, like, to find it online, it's like so expensive. And so he was really great. He was like, I don't want this to like be scalped. He's like, so I know you like the Hulk. Yeah. So he gave me a great price, and my youngest found it. And after I took one photo, like all of the like broke, and I came in and I was like, oh man, that hurts. That is not going to be replaced. It's not, but at least I got a couple of photos with him when he was still man.
Were you able to salvage with anything, or is it just
he'll still, it's just less detailed, like some of his armor permanently off. he's less ready for battle.
Right. Okay. All right. And it's like one of those things that like it gets easier with time to like look at it, but it's always gonna be that scar is always there. Well, my son tonight, again, just talking parenthood too, because that's fun. I let him play with. I brought him down to the base. I take my kids one by one down here so far, and I've said it before, but they go like, "Oh, Daddy's toys," and I'm like, "All right, good." Like they know it's my stuff. But they are starting to get a little bit more like grabby. So I was carrying them, holding them both. And I'm like, you want something to play with, blah, blah, blah. And I offered him the Batman, the Bat Raptor, the McFarlane car. And he's like, no. And I saw the Land Shark, the Masters of the Universe Origins that I bought. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So he's pushing it around. It's chomping away. And I'm like, oh, all right, just be gentle because it's still a daddy toy, but it's for you, And what does he do? Throws it right down the stairs. Thunk, thunk, thunk. But at least that held up. It wasn't a Mezco, so it was fine. It survived. But I'm like, yeah, they're not ready to like play with my legends, or they have a long way to go.
Yeah, no, totally.
All right, so I want to show you one more thing. All right, so it is 8:30. Shoot, I don't want to step on the toes of the YTG or the Lazy Boy Sunday, the YTGP Pig Boys. All right, so I'm going to be real quick. I'm going to hit you with this, Chris, because this has been awesome, man. I could talk to you.
Fun.
Like, we're going to have to do this again. Seriously, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome, dude. Whenever you are available, like, seriously, this is so cool. All right, so I can't even, like, do the suspense. I'm just going for it. I am so happy. This is who I walked out with. Wow. So it was on the website for $130, which I think it was a higher priced Mezco when she was released.
It was.
So I was like, all right, $130. I'm like 25, even if it's just 25% off. I'm like, oh my God, like under 100, like, yeah. So I get there and the tag said 150. And I went, just so you know, I'm like, I did drive down here because it said 130 on the site, and they were like, yeah, that's sales on this. I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna argue because they told me the price, they did the math, it worked out under retail. So I am not gonna turn away. Like, this is unopened. I had it out of the sleeve last night.
Nice.
This is the thing that makes me sad, though. How you really can't open it with it. You can't like pull it out without creasing that cardboard. There it is. That little bit of crease. I can't every time. It's like, oh yeah, that was used. I opened it. But these Mezco are never going anywhere. I love these things so much, man. Oh, I have the goosebumps already.
Yeah, that looks great.
Oh man, I am so excited. This was the big thing that separated her, because they had the Gal Gadot for $80, and again with the discount, and the John Stewart Lantern for $80. And I'm like, oh, like those are great prices.
Yeah.
But again, I budgeted. I could do one, and then I threw that Gordon on top.
Right. Right.
But oh, this is so. All right, so we'll just do the quick if you don't mind. I'm not trying to make you jealous. I'm just thought you might be interested in seeing her.
It's vicarious. I'm having fun watching it.
Oh, it's such a feel. It is such like a. I smell them. Do you do that too? Like they just smell so good. So here we go. Let me get the book. Let me see if I can make her a little bit more in focus there.
Nice.
She's pretty, man. I mean, like she's just just a great figure. I wish it was like I hate this autofocus. I keep trying, you know, like come on, stupid camera. So here we go. Ready for it? So like it's perfect.
Yeah, you can shoot that tonight.
Yeah. All right. So here's my idea. This is what we'll leave them on so we can send everybody away. And again, my friend Paul, Gaming with Fox. Yes, everybody, he's helping me because he's been doing this on YouTube for like over a year now. So please hit that smash button or smash that like button. Thank you very much, guys. So my joke is going to be I bought that the Goku like dinner table set.
Oh yeah, with all the food and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So for my Mezco Monday shot, I'm gonna use my Mezit, and I have a little like apron I'm gonna wrap around him, and she's gonna be sitting at the table with the fish dinner, and he will be over her with that face.
The trident.
Yes. And I haven't figured out the caption yet, but it's like Bill or something along those lines. I can't. Oh, it just makes me fun. It makes me laugh. Like these are toys. You're having fun.
It's gonna be awesome.
So we'll have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have you back on, man. We're gonna have to do a deep dive of this figure because this is really cool. I love the fabric over here along, you know.
Yeah.
And just I love that comic book look. This is one too where she can she's powerful, but like she's elegant. I don't know, you know, like I like that Wonder Woman that is powerful but elegant. You know, like sometimes they different versions of her interpretations. I don't mind the ones where she's just massive. I mean, I love Captain Carter, for instance. You know, like I love how brutal and just yoked up she was. But I just love like a classic Wonder Woman like this. It's
no, it's an awesome. I'm looking forward to that shot. That's gonna.
I have the goosebumps. The Mezco goosebumps, man. Oh, this is so cool. All right, dude. Well, again, just because I want to send everybody off to go watch our fellow Hasbros.
Yeah.
So once again, guys, it is Thor 2012, Green Geek 88, and Blitz Figs. They are on Lazy Boys Sundays. They are also my fellow YTGMB Pick Bar members. So we have shows on that we do on midweek stuff. So anyway, go check them out. And thank you guys all. And Chris, thank you so much for coming on. Toy Story 3, everybody.
Blast. It was just as much fun as I thought it would be.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me happy. All right. Because that was the thing. You were like, oh, we could be buddies. Yes, we could. But now you live across the country. But that's okay. Life is you'll find your way back here. You're boomerang. Jersey boys are boomerangs. We always come home.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Great Sunday, man.
Oh, absolutely. Well, go enjoy the rest of your night. You have a few more hours ahead of you because you're 3 hours earlier. So thank you again for taking the time to join me tonight. It really means a lot, man. Yeah. And thank you everyone for coming on. All right. And there's Benny. So guys, go check them out. Go the Lazy Boys. Go follow Toy Stories 3 on Instagram. And I'm Yimbo Reviews Everything. So that's about it, everybody. All right, Chris. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.